I'm honored that this month I not only get to help co-host LifePath, but also talk about a subject affecting so many children today, school performance. How does that relate to chiropractic? Well, let me explain. You see, when a child sits in the classroom, you have the behavioral aspect. Are they able to sit still? Are they able to not interact with other kids so that they can listen and perform? Are they able to listen to the information, retain the information, and then repeat the information when testing time comes? Those are some of the aspects of school performance. Then you have the societal aspects. Are they able to be friendly with people, make friends, learn from those situations where they have to learn and grow and be responsible for themselves? You see, the classroom today has changed from what it used to be. There's a lot more going on. There's a lot more affecting the children. And the key, in many ways, is having that child perform at their best so that they get the most out of it. And here's where chiropractic comes in. You see, chiropractic has always been about nerve interference. And the reason we want to make sure there's no nerve interference is because that way the body performs better. It's all about human performance. And if that person has interference in here, they are simply not going to perform as best as they possibly could. I have two types of parents that bring their kids to me. I have the parents that bring their kids and the kid is having some sort of difficulty. He might have a digestive problem. He might have difficulty sleeping. Whatever it might be, the important thing to know is that when I take care of that child, I am not taking care of that condition. I'm taking care of the interference that might be in their spine. I'm checking to make sure there is or isn't any interference. If there is interference, I'm going to find and remove where that is so that child performs better, so that that human being performs better. Because I know that if that child has that nerve interference removed, they will listen better, they will learn better, and they will repeat that information better when testing time comes. I recently had a patient who came to the office, and I hadn't seen this patient for, it was been about 6 months. Why hadn't I seen them? Well, they were off at college. And not just any college, he was at law school. He came to me recently, and he wanted to get adjusted because he wanted me to help him not have nerve interference. And I asked him, I said, why is it that you're here today to get adjusted? And he told me, well, you see, tomorrow I'm taking the bar exam. And I want to perform the best I possibly can on the bar exam because I want to perform well. And I know that if I get adjusted, I'll perform better. I was really excited. It helped me see that my message has been getting through, that people understand in my office why they come in and why they're getting checked. I'll share another story with you. A little girl that came to me from the time she was born, and her mother wanted to make sure she didn't have nerve interference because she didn't want to have that affect her negatively. And so we began taking care of her from the time she was born. And it was wonderful. She responded well to care. Developmentally, she was progressing pretty well. She had some other issues that were limiting her from performing at her best, some genetic issues. And those issues were not going to go away. But we knew together that if we can help maximize the human performance by removing nerve interference, she was going to be at the best advantage to perform to the best of her ability. And as we took care of her, she kept exceeding the expectations of the experts, people who thought that she was going to be this when in fact she was performing better. Why was she performing better? Both her mother and I were convinced it was because we were removing nerve interference regularly that she was having show up in her body. And why was it showing up? Because she was leading a stressful life like all kids do. She was falling down when she was trying to walk. She was falling down even after she was walking because she would trip. She was developmentally improving and performing better. This little girl had Down syndrome. And there was nothing we could do to keep that from showing up in her life because it's a genetic defect. But what we can do, and what we do, is we remove nerve interference from her body, and when we do that, she performs better. She is developmentally ahead of where she is supposed to be according to the experts. She is developmentally nearly on track with any other average child who does not have a genetic defect. What does this mean? This means her human performance is exceeding and excelling above and beyond what people are used to. And the reason that that happens is that people are used to seeing individuals who have nerve interference. They're used to seeing people perform at a subpar level. And our goal with chiropractic care is always and has always been to help people perform better. And so when we talk about school performance, there's one more aspect that sometimes gets missed, but I'm not afraid to talk about it. And lots of people, as you talk with them, they'll go, oh yeah, I want my child to perform better like that too. What am I referring to? Sports. We want our kids to perform better when it comes to that. You see, a child, when they perform on the field, when they're taking part in sports, it's not just about whether they can kick the ball or run or catch the ball or whatever the activity may be. It's how well that they do it. Can they do it better? And every individual wants to perform better. If we can remove interference to that process, they perform better. It's no coincidence that every major sports team has a team chiropractor. It's no coincidence that every major sports individual who is excelling and exceeding in their own right, in their own sport, has a chiropractor they see. They see that chiropractor to enhance their human performance, to improve how they perform during their game. You see, the future of our country, the future of our society, it rests on our children. And making sure that they don't have any interference to how they learn and how they perform in life is really the key. That's what we want. We want to make sure people get checked. We want to make sure they perform better. And we know that we have the ability to make that happen.